from the Book of the Dead?
My sweet boy. He's looking down on us from above.
From above. He's down below.
Really want to know, how long is Evil Dead gonna keep doing this to us? Like, they keep coming out all these different iterations of this almost same exact tale, just in a more twisted and oddly beautiful story. How many times can they keep doing the same thing but different thing at the same time? I'm here for it. I remember I went to go see Evil Dead Rise a few years back, and now this one is the sequel to Evil Dead Rise. This is Evil Dead Burn. Now these are essentially two separate stories. Only thing they have in common is the Book of the Dead. Now this story actually follows a couple different people. It's a family, and they lose their son Will into a tragic car accident until he's survived by his wife Alice. Alice must now come to what the family is staying to bury her husband. And in the midst of that, Will's brother, Joseph, reads from the Book of the Dead. Now, if you do not been following the Evil Dead franchise, that's one thing you don't do. Because once you read from that book, all hell literally breaks loose. Now, Alice must now come to wits and fight for herself and fight for her survival, while whole family essentially becomes deadites, meaning they come possessed by the Book of the Dead, and now she must survive. Now, that's just like a brief synopsis I'm going to give you. The movie doesn't come out for another week or so. I actually got an advanced screening to see this. Their advanced screening actually is essentially next Tuesday, but this was an influencer screening that I got invited to. So we had drinks, we had food, and it was a nice event. But this movie, like, I've heard about this movie and I heard exactly how rated this movie was. Like, now this rated movie is rated R strictly, and this movie was almost rated NC-17. They said they had to take out a scene in this movie because it was so bloody and gory. And if you've been any familiar from Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead from back in 2013, all these different reiterations of this movie are not for the weak of heart. Like, this movie is extremely gruesome, extremely violent. It's everything that you want as a horror person. I wouldn't call myself a horror person. I'm a movie advocate and I love horror. But this one right here, it was like a different level of horror. Like, I'm like, and the one thing I love about how the Evil Dead franchise is, they keep elevating, and that's one thing I love. Like, the way the deaths happen, like they keep on your edge of your seats. This movie is a little slow, like in the beginning parts, but after everyone knows, after like the real stuff started happening, this movie does. Suhelia Akub, who plays Alice, have to give it to her. She did her big one in this movie, and I really love the character arc, how they played around her. Is that she was pretty much almost in this extremely dysfunctional marriage, having flashbacks of almost the evilness in her husband that was coming out obviously through once they read the Book of the Dead, but that was already in that family. Like, this family was apparently, they weren't evil, but they knew their son was capable of, and they really didn't do anything to kind of thwart it. And their brother, it was so many standout scenes in this movie, like the gratuitous violence, the way people were getting decapitated, the way people were getting killed, and there's also like a lot of bit of comedy in here. It's dark comedy, but the jokes kind of literally write themselves. Just the way depravity of how the scenes take place, it makes you ooh, it makes you ah. Like, it was scenes in this movie where, like, I was just like, oh my god. Like, I've seen Evil Dead before, and they really revved it up. And I have to give them to them. The cinematography and the camera work in this is so beautiful, and the graphics are amazing. Like, this is like the most Evil Dead that I've seen where they really brought into this budget. Like, I have to look up and see how much this budget is, but this movie did not look cheap. This had to be the most expensive Evil Dead of all time. And Sebastian Vinacek, he is the director of Evil Dead Burn. He is essentially, he's not a new filmmaker, but this is his first major debut. And Kreger, numbers if he's gonna come out with movies like this. Like, there's another sequel coming out to Evil Dead Wrath. I hope he's directing it because he did a great job. But all in all, like, I'm going again to see this movie next week when it goes to the official screening. So I have to give this movie a 10. Like, it was the death alone give this movie a 10. Even if the story was bad, which the story was not, but you felt every emotion in this movie. You felt, especially with the character Alice, you felt her emotion. You felt the way that she kind of held on to the world, in the violence that her ex husband put her through to get her into this family who essentially hated her. And then now that they've read from the Book of the Dead, they all become evil. But they essentially were always pretty much evil. So yeah, love this movie. Cannot wait to see the sequel Wrath when it comes out in a couple years.